welcome to our first ever video on our channel, Rite of Passage. I'm your host, Benedicta.
And I'm your co-host, Anjola, and this is our very first episode.
Well, this is something we've been meaning to do for a while. I know this is something we're both excited about and passionate about, but I wanted to wait until you were officially a teenager. And on this channel, we're going to be having conversations I think are vital for mothers and daughters to have. I lost my mom at the age of 7, and growing up I didn't have any of those conversations with anyone, and it made it harder for me to figure out things in life as an adult, and I had to learn things the hard way, and I don't want that for my daughter. And I feel that this will help her in different areas, and also me, as we get to talk about different conversations and topics and get to know each other better.
Yeah. Also, from my perspective as a young lady, I feel these conversations are important because not only do I learn more about my mom, but I also do learn more about maturing and other things that can help me in my future. Plus, this is a great bonding opportunity between me and my mom. So.
Well, with that being said, I want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not an expert of any sort. This is just a heart-to-heart conversations between a mother and a daughter, and I hope this inspires you to have such conversations with your mother or daughter. Yeah. Okay, that was a great intro, and let's dive into the topic for today. And Anjola, can you tell us what is the topic for today?
Today we are going to be talking about 8 things a daughter needs from her mom.
Oh, I like that topic.
Me too.
You too. And this is very important because I feel that there are things that a daughter needs from her mom. And it makes me sad when I see different posts from different people about how they have not so great relationship with their mother. And I think that as a mother, it's your responsibility to give your daughter some things that are very important for her to grow up into a confident woman in her future. And for me, I think the number one. What do you think the number one thing a daughter needs from her mom? From your perspective.
From my perspective, I think the number one thing a daughter needs from her mom would be affection.
Oh, that's why you're always hugging me, kissing me. Oh yes, I think that's a very good one. So why do you think affection is something you really need from me?
I think affection is something important because I feel every young girl needs a level of love so that she's known that she's loved and cared for, and I feel like affection is just a great way of showing that.
Do you think there are situations where mothers, I think that's something a mother should naturally give their daughter?
Yeah, me too.
But to be fair, I think there are people that they didn't grow up with affection. Using myself as an example, I didn't grow up with much affection. It was really hard for me to even hug or kiss or say I love you. I didn't grow up in a household where they use the word I love you. You're being fed. That's love right there. But to be affection, I wish and I craved for affection growing up, so I can see how that could be an important factor for you as a young girl to have. And what is the next point? For me, the second thing I think a daughter needs from her mom is mentorship. Yeah, mentorship, because I think everyone needs a mentor in their life, whether be it professional, personal mentor, whatever category of mentor. But I think everyone needs a mentor in their life, but a mother should be like a mentor to their daughter, because as a mentor you guide your daughter, you give her advice, you help her through difficult situations she's going through in life. You support her in areas that she needs support. You help her to navigate through difficult situations in life, and she can look up to you and come to you to ask questions and trust that you always guide her to do the right thing or to make the right decision. And but do you have anything to add to that, why you think you need a mentor in your life?
I feel like a daughter should want to be like her mother, like want to copy the things that her mom.
Oh no, I don't think I don't think a daughter should want to copy her mother, because you're your own individual, you're your own self. My job as a mother is to raise you to be your own person, to grow up to be your own individual, have your own thoughts, your own opinion. Now there are things you can emulate from your mother because you like it, but I'm different, you're different, we're different individuals, so I don't want you to be exactly like me. I want you to have your own, carve out your own path for yourself. But you can come to me for guidance. I think that's the main purpose of me mentoring you. You can come to me for guidance, for support, for encouragement to navigate through life, especially if I've gone through some of those things before. So I understand better and know how to guide you in navigating those things. So no, not exactly to be like me, even though I feel honored that you would want to copy me and be like me, but no, we're not trying to do a copycat here. And that brings us to the third point. I think a daughter needs from her mother. The third point might not be your favorite, but for me, the third thing I think a daughter needs from her mother is discipline.
Discipline.
Do you like that?
No.
No, of course not. You don't. And this is gonna transcend into another video that we're gonna do, which is talking about being your your daughter's best friend, because I know there are parents out there that want to be their daughter's or their kids' best friend, but I think that there should be a line between being a parent and being a friend. Yes, you can be friendly with your kids, and there are times that you'll be friends, but there are times that you're not going to be their friends and they're not going to like you, because you have to discipline them. And with the whole idea of trying to be your friend, you're not able to set the boundaries that's going to help them, because disciplining a child and giving them boundaries is you also showing love, because children need boundaries no matter what you think. I know you feel that you're all grown and you can do everything and you want to go out there to the world and you're mature, but really you're still a child, and you need to be disciplined, and I should be able to set boundaries and let you know those boundaries and why it's important. And it's not just discipline for discipline's sake, like what we practice. Even when you're being disciplined for something, you understand the why behind it. Or what do you have to say concerning this point?
I think discipline, even though I may not like it, I feel discipline is something important because it lets us know where to stop when we're doing something that we know we're not supposed to be doing. And I feel like it gives us a clear way of letting us know that when we're doing something that's wrong, it's wrong, even if we may not like it. I feel discipline is something super important because it can be super helpful in the future.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page. I'll remind you the next time I discipline you what you just.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
What is the next thing that you think a daughter needs from her mother?
Number 4 would be communication.
Yeah, communication. Why?
I feel communication is something a daughter needs from her mom, because I feel like when a mother and daughter clearly communicate, things are being heard clearly and misunderstandings can be avoided.
I like that. And I also feel that it's important to have open communication with your daughter. It bothers me when I see mother-daughter relationships when the daughter cannot walk up to the mom to tell them things. There should be open communication. I know you might not tell me everything, but at least the things that really matter, I would love if you feel comfortable enough to come to me to have those conversations. And there should be clear communication between the mother and the daughter, and constant communication. I love communication. Communication is like my middle name. I'm very particular. My friends, everyone knows that I'm Mrs. Communicator. But there's communication is very key, very important. Have those conversations with your daughter. Communicate freely with them. I have an open door policy. I always say no topic is. Do you remember what I say about no topics being off limits?
Yeah, that we can talk about anything and everything with you.
Exactly. As long as you feel comfortable to have those conversations. So, I like that point about communication. And the next thing I believe a daughter needs from her mom is accountability. I say this because I'm from Nigeria, and growing up, parents are the Lord and Master. What they say is key. They don't take any accountability. Adults are always right, never wrong. So but I have learned over time to take accountability for certain things. I admit when I'm wrong. It's not hard for me to apologize to my kids when I believe I'm wrong, and what's your thought on that?
I think accountability is super important because I love to see it when my mom takes accountability for something that she does, which makes me feel like I can take accountability for things that I do that aren't okay, which is just like communication.
And it's important because no one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not perfect. Nobody is, and I don't see anything wrong as a mother showing accountability, or as a parent showing accountability to your kids that, oh, my bad, I made a mistake, I'm wrong in this instance. And I try to do that to teach them so that they know that they can take accountability for their actions too, whether good or bad. So that's accountability for you. And
this leads us to the next one, number 6 of things that I think a daughter needs from her mom would be honesty.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah. I think honesty for me, because I feel like honesty just builds a healthier relationship because it also builds trust. And trust is something that is built over time too. So if honesty is in the relationship, then I feel like your relationship between your mom and between the mom and the daughter will be super strong, especially if there's trust in the structure.
Very good point you raised there. Yes, it's awesome in any relationship, not just mother and daughter, father and son, mother and son, father and daughter, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, friends, and all types of relationships. I feel honesty is very important because, like you said, it lays the foundation for trust.
Yeah.
And without trust, there is no relationship, So you have to be honest as a mother with your kid, with your daughter. You have to try to be honest. And like I keep saying, no one is perfect, but your kids have to see you making the effort to be a better person, and being honest with them, even when you are not at your best, is way more important than putting up an appearance like you always got it. You don't always have it, and it's very key and important to build that level of honesty with your daughter as a mother, because she's learning from you, she's watching you and seeing what you're doing. So try to be honest as much as possible with your daughter. I think that's something important a daughter needs from her mom.
Yes. This leads us to number 7 of things that I think are important, that I think a daughter needs from her mom, which would be protection.
Oh, protection. Oh, wow. I thought you made that from your father. Oh, okay. So let me see where you're going with this. Why do you think you need protection from your mother?
I think I need protection from my mom because my mom is one of the most easiest people that I can talk to. I tell her most of the stuff that happens in my life. So I feel like I need to feel safe around her in order for me to know that I can tell her things, I need to feel safe physically and emotionally, so I know that I can tell her things that are important to me, and know that it's like something between us, a mother-daughter bond.
Oh, that's a very good point. Because when you said protection, I thought, take the sword and go fight. But protection emotionally and physically, and knowing that you can come to me to talk about anything and you feel protected, that's important to you. Yes, I totally agree with you on that point. That a daughter needs that from her mother. I've always had to figure things out on my own, and I felt exposed a lot of times, so I can see where that protection comes into play. That's a very good point, Anjola. And this brings us to the last thing that on our list that we feel that a daughter needs from her mother. This is a super important thing because there's a part that the daughter plays and a part that the mother plays, and that is express and experience failure. A daughter is able to experience failure, and the mother is
supposed to express failure.
Yeah, because as a mom, you should be able to express your failures to your kids. I know it makes us vulnerable and it's not something easy to do, but we should be able to talk about our mistakes that we've made and express areas that we failed as a mom to our daughters. And as a result, that helps them to
express their own failures too,
and experience it as well. Because when you experience, because you're still growing, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do, even as adults, we still make mistakes. But you're still growing, you're gonna make mistakes. But my ability to be vulnerable with you, to express my own failures to the level which you can take, the information to the level which you can take, it helps you to experience your own failure and also express them too. But if you think that I was perfect and I always did everything right, how would that make you feel? If I never told you about my failures or things I've done, and I've never expressed that to you, what do you think will be the effect on you as my daughter?
Well, I feel like I would be scared to tell you about my own mistakes, because if you never told me about your mistakes, I wouldn't think that you made any. So for me to make my own mistake, I wouldn't feel comfortable enough to tell you about it, since you don't share your own mistakes.
Exactly. So this is a very important point. So mothers out there, please express your failures to your daughters so that they know that it's okay to make mistakes, and they have you to come to anytime that happens, and you'll always be there for them.
So this brings us to the end of the video.
Yes, and I was gonna say, if there is anything that you think a daughter needs from her mother, that we have not mentioned, please don't forget to leave them in the comments and mention them. And yeah, that's it. So thank you.
Thank you so much for watching.
And see you next time. Bye.